Casey, meet my Marshals.
This'll be fun. Try not to slow us down, cowboy.
Gangs. Cartels. Race warriors. They look like God's country to you. But the devil's running free out there, man.
Titans are all born with a killer instinct. But you're not a killer, Casey. You're a protector.
Monica is gone. Just like that, the world of why Marshals shifts in an instant, and our hearts are left in pieces. The first trailer drops a bomb that no fan saw coming, and suddenly, Casey's journey isn't just about danger and action. It's about loss, revenge, and facing the deepest parts of himself that he's been running from. From the very first frame, it's clear. This isn't the Yellowstone we thought we knew. This is personal. This is emotional, and it's about to get brutal. The trailer opens with a heavy silence, broken only by Casey's voice. A voice weighed down by grief and years of surviving impossible circumstances. "I've lost too much to turn back now," he says. And in that one line, the tone of the entire series hits you. Everything that made Casey a survivor, a fighter, and a Dutton is on display here. But it's colored by a tragedy so deep that it reshapes his entire purpose. Monica, the one person who anchored him, who brought warmth and stability to his chaotic life, is nowhere to be found. Fans immediately notice her absence, and it sparks an avalanche of speculation. Is this the beginning of her end, or a mystery that will unfold slowly, crushing our expectations along the way? The trailer doesn't hold back. It teases the gut punch of a story where Casey isn't just fighting external enemies. He's fighting to keep his world together when everything familiar has been ripped away. The imagery hints at the stakes. Montana's rugged landscapes, lawless danger lurking at every corner, and Casey stepping into a new life that demands more than just his cowboy grit. It demands his full emotional resilience. And if there's one thing we've learned from the Yellowstone universe, it's that no Dutton ever truly escapes their past. Right from the start, we're thrown into a web of mystery and tension. Casey is leading a team of U.S. Marshals, but there's no sense of stability or safety here. Every character beside him, every mission they undertake, is layered with the threat of betrayal, violence, and moral ambiguity. Tate appears as his son, now older and tougher, standing shoulder to shoulder with his father in situations that could easily break a man. The emotional weight is palpable. This isn't just about action sequences or shootouts, it's about how a family legacy, trauma, and personal loss intersect with the unrelenting pressure of justice in a state that never sleeps. And then there's the unanswered question that drives the suspense of the series. What happened to Monica? Her absence is not subtle. It looms over every line, every scene, every glance Casey gives. The showrunners know exactly what they're doing. They're playing with our expectations, keeping the fans on edge while promising that the revelation will hit like a freight train. The trailer also introduces new faces, members of Casey's elite team who will play pivotal roles in the unfolding drama. Logan Marshall Green, Ariel Kebbel, Ash Santos, Tatanka Means, and Brett Cullen bring fresh energy. But their characters are not just sidekicks. They are integral to the moral and physical challenges Casey faces. Each interaction feels layered, hinting at backstories, hidden motives, and the kind of tension that makes you question who can be trusted. At the same time, returning characters like Chief Rainwater and Mo remind us that while Casey may be entering a new chapter, the old Montana conflicts are never far behind. They serve as both allies and moral compasses, trying to guide Casey as he navigates the chaos that now defines his life. This balancing act, the personal and the professional, the past and the present, is the beating heart of Why Marshals, and it's what makes this spin-off feel so fresh, while still rooted in the emotional resonance that made Yellowstone unforgettable. But the trailer doesn't just tease plot and character, it teases emotion. There's a rawness to Casey's struggle that hits in the gut. He's no longer just a cowboy or a former ranch hand. He's a man carrying the weight of unimaginable personal loss while standing as a last line of defense against a world that seems determined to break him. And the absence of Monica amplifies everything. Her presence, or lack thereof, is felt in every frame, every decision, and every glance toward the horizon. The mystery surrounding her fate is central to the series' suspense. Will her story emerge in flashbacks, guiding Casey through memories of love and loss? Or is it the catalyst that forces him into this dangerous, high-stakes world of federal law enforcement, where personal vendettas and professional duty collide in ways that test his every instinct? The trailer doesn't answer these questions, and that's exactly the point. It's a slow, deliberate tension building that promises emotional payoffs, jaw-dropping twists, and a narrative that refuses to let the audience breathe until the very last frame of the first episode. From the very first moments, Marshals establishes that the stakes are higher than ever. This is not just a continuation of the Yellowstone universe. It's a redefinition of it through the lens of Casey's personal tragedy. Every line of dialogue, every frame of imagery, every hint of action is calculated to keep viewers on edge, wondering not just what will happen next, but how Casey will endure it. And as fans, we can't help but be pulled into his journey, because the loss of Monica isn't just a plot point. It's the emotional core of the series. It's the event that propels Casey into a world that demands courage, intelligence, and resilience, where every decision has life-altering consequences. The series promises a ride filled with adrenaline, suspense, and heartbreak. And if the trailer is any indication, it will deliver every bit of it in spades. What really hits in this trailer is how clearly the absence of Monica reshapes every decision Casey makes. You can see it in the way he moves, in the weight behind his eyes, and in the tension that surrounds every interaction with his team. This isn't a man who's just facing external threats. This is a man navigating a landscape carved from personal tragedy, moral complexity, and the relentless pressures of law enforcement. The trailer hints at missions that will test him in ways that are both physical and emotional, forcing him to confront the consequences of choices he didn't fully understand before. And the stakes aren't abstract, they're painfully human. Every cartel connection, every criminal threat, every dangerous encounter is a potential trigger for grief, a reminder of everything he has lost, and the haunting void left by Monica's disappearance. It's a storytelling approach that doesn't shy away from the emotional core of its protagonist, and that's what makes this series resonate beyond the action sequences. As Casey steps into this new chapter of his life, leading a team of U.S. Marshals, the dynamics between his team members immediately signal a story layered with tension and suspense. Logan Marshall Green's character, Pete Calvin, comes across as someone deeply loyal, but there's a glint of mystery in his eyes, suggesting there's more than meets the surface. Ariel Kebbel as Belle Skinner feels like a wild card, someone whose skills and instincts might tip the balance in a firefight, yet whose personal motivations remain enigmatic. Ash Santos's Andrea Cruz and Tatanka Means' Miles K.D. bring a combination of strategic brilliance and raw courage, but you can tell that Casey's leadership will be challenged at every turn. Each character is more than just a teammate. They're integral to the complex moral web that the series seems intent on exploring. And the way the trailer frames their interactions, quick exchanges, fleeting glances, moments of quiet tension, creates the sense that trust is fragile, and betrayal could strike at any time. But it's not just the new faces that elevate the suspense. The returning characters from the Yellowstone universe bring a weight that adds depth and continuity. Chief Rainwater, played by Gil Birmingham, is back with that same commanding presence, reminding viewers that Casey isn't operating in a vacuum. The trailer hints at alliances and conflicts that will intertwine with his personal journey, and Moe's return provides a mix of grounding humor and insight, giving Casey someone to lean on in moments of uncertainty. These connections to the past ensure that even though Casey is stepping into a brand new world of law enforcement, the emotional echoes of his previous life remain strong, pushing the narrative into a tension-filled duality. The external battles of justice and the internal battles of grief, memory, and responsibility. The trailer's pacing is another element that deserves attention. It starts slow, almost meditative, allowing the gravity of Monica's absence to settle in, and then it escalates into heart-pounding sequences that suggest the series won't hold back on intensity. The way the trailer balances these moments, quiet reflection followed by sudden action, mirrors Casey's own journey. He's a man caught between reflection and action, between mourning the past and fighting for the present, and the storytelling style keeps the audience on edge because you never know which side will dominate at any given moment. Every scene feels loaded with potential danger, not just from the criminals he faces, but from the emotional toll it takes on him. The suspense is constant, and it's not just about who will survive the next firefight. It's about whether Casey can survive himself. And then there's the mystery element that the trailer masterfully sets up: Monica's fate. Fans are left questioning everything. Did she die tragically at the start of the series, as rumors suggest? Was she caught up in something deeper? Something that ties into Montana's criminal underworld? Or is there a twist waiting to be revealed? A story that will change everything we thought we knew about Casey's motivations? The trailer gives us just enough to grip onto: emotional reactions, cryptic dialogue, intense stares, but refuses to answer the central question. That deliberate withholding of information heightens the suspense and ensures that viewers are emotionally invested from the first frame. Casey's journey is immediately personal because Monica's absence isn't just a plot device. It's the emotional fuel that drives every choice, every risk, and every confrontation. Finally, what makes this section of the trailer so compelling is the way it frames Casey as a man transformed by loss. The blend of his cowboy instincts, his Navy SEAL training, and his raw emotional drive suggests a hero who is uniquely equipped to handle the challenges ahead, but also someone walking a knife edge between control and collapse. The trailer shows flashes of intense action: gunfights, tactical maneuvers, close encounters. But the real suspense comes from wondering how Casey will handle the psychological weight of Monica's disappearance while maintaining his leadership and moral compass. It's the combination of internal and external tension that makes Marshals feel so gripping. Every choice he makes carries consequences, and the series promises that those consequences will be felt, not just by Casey, but by every character who stands beside him. The first trailer makes it clear: this isn't just about justice or action. It's about surviving a world that has taken everything from him while still trying to protect the things he has left, starting with his son, Tate. One of the most chilling aspects of the Marshals trailer is how it emphasizes that Casey's battles aren't confined to criminals or cartels. They're as much internal as they are external. From the very first frame, you can see the toll Monica's absence has taken on him. His expressions, the pauses in his voice, the moments where he's clearly reflecting on what he's lost, all paint a portrait of a man walking a razor's edge. Every decision he makes, every tactical choice in the field, carries the weight of personal grief. And that's what makes this series so compelling. It's not just a procedural drama about law enforcement in Montana. It's a story about how a man processes tragedy while still trying to uphold a sense of justice. Casey's world is violent, fast-paced, and unpredictable, yet it's grounded in the deep emotional stakes of his personal loss. This combination of heart and action is what separates Marshals from other spin-offs or standard crime dramas. The trailer also makes it painfully clear that Casey is not alone in navigating this dangerous world. Tate, now older, stands beside him, showing that this is a father and son story as much as it is a story of justice. Tate's growth since Yellowstone is evident. He's no longer just a kid learning from his father. He's a young man being shaped by the same harsh realities that shaped Casey. Watching them interact, you can sense the subtle tension that comes with shared trauma. There's a silent understanding between them, a recognition of what they've lost and the dangers they face, yet there's also the unspoken question of how far Casey will go to protect Tate in a world where threats are constant, and death could strike at any moment. The series promises to explore this dynamic deeply, showing not just the physical battles they face, but the emotional battles that define their relationship. Another key element highlighted in the trailer is the unpredictability of the enemies Casey faces. The series isn't content with static villains or predictable scenarios. Each antagonist seems to have layers, motives, and secrets that will complicate the path to justice. Whether it's cartel members, corrupt officials, or unseen forces within the Montana landscape, the sense of danger is relentless. The trailer emphasizes that Casey's past experiences as a Navy SEAL and his cowboy instincts are critical, but they aren't infallible. Every mission carries the risk of failure, and every failure has consequences. This creates a suspenseful atmosphere where viewers are constantly questioning how Casey will respond, whether he'll make the right call, and how the absence of Monica will continue to influence his judgment. It's a setup that ensures the tension doesn't let up, keeping fans invested in both the action and the emotional stakes. The emotional resonance of the series is further amplified by the careful way the trailer teases Monica's story. While she is conspicuously absent, the way the trailer frames the narrative makes it clear that her presence, or absence, drives the plot in a profound way. Rumors suggest that her death, possibly at the hands of a cartel, is the event that pushes Casey into federal service, forcing him to channel his grief into action. But the mystery surrounding the circumstances of her disappearance adds a layer of suspense that extends beyond mere plot mechanics. Fans are left wondering, what really happened to Monica? Was she caught in something beyond Casey's control? Is there a twist waiting to redefine everything we thought we knew about her and her connection to the criminal world Casey now confronts? The deliberate withholding of information in the trailer ensures that every fan interaction, every online discussion, and every speculation is infused with tension. The anticipation of uncovering the truth about Monica becomes a central driving force for viewers, compelling them to follow the story episode by episode. Finally, what makes this section of the trailer truly unforgettable is the way it blends raw action with personal vulnerability. Scenes hint at intense firefights, high-stakes operations, and tactical brilliance, yet they're always grounded in Casey's personal journey. You feel the impact of every choice he makes, the shadow of every loss he carries, and the weight of every responsibility he shoulders. The trailer doesn't shy away from showing that justice in Montana is never clean or simple. The lines between right and wrong blur, and Casey is forced to confront his own limitations and biases, often under the harshest of circumstances. Through this, the series promises more than adrenaline-fueled excitement. It promises an emotional journey where survival, legacy, and morality collide. The suspense isn't just about what will happen next. It's about whether Casey can navigate a world where his personal and professional lives are irreversibly intertwined, all while grappling with the absence of Monica, the loss that drives the heart of this story. The tension in the trailer isn't just about action. It's about the psychological weight that follows Casey at every step. Every scene, every exchange, and every mission hints at how the loss of Monica has changed him forever. He's no longer the same man who walked away from the Yellowstone legacy. He's a version sharpened by grief, hardened by loss, and driven by a need for purpose that's now intertwined with justice. The trailer frames this expertly, showing Casey as both a leader and a deeply vulnerable man. He must make split-second decisions that affect not only his team, but also the people he's sworn to protect. And the audience can feel the internal struggle. It's not just about taking down criminals. It's about doing so while carrying the weight of personal tragedy and trying to keep his son safe in a world that seems determined to break them both. The suspense comes from the uncertainty. Will Casey be able to manage the demands of justice and fatherhood while navigating a world that doesn't forgive weakness? One of the most compelling parts of this section of the trailer is how it teases the moral dilemmas that will drive the series forward. Every mission Casey undertakes is loaded with potential consequences, and the trailer gives glimpses of scenarios where decisions aren't clear-cut. Who can be trusted? Which alliances will hold? How far will Casey go to protect Tate or avenge Monica? The trailer hints at moments of betrayal and conflict within his own team, suggesting that the biggest threats may not always come from the outside. This layering of suspense, where danger is both external and internal, creates a constant sense of anticipation for viewers. Every line of dialogue feels deliberate, every pause weighted with tension, and every glance a potential prelude to conflict. It's a narrative technique that keeps the audience invested, making them feel as if they are standing alongside Casey, experiencing every heartbeat, every moral crossroads, and every high-stakes encounter. Another element that stands out in this part of the trailer is the interplay between new characters and returning faces. Each member of Casey's team brings a distinct energy, a unique perspective, and a potential source of conflict. The trailer teases moments where loyalties will be tested, where alliances may falter, and where personal motivations could clash with professional duties. Meanwhile, returning characters like Chief Rainwater and Mo serve as anchors to Casey's past, reminding viewers that the Montana landscape is more than just a backdrop. It's a living, breathing force that shapes the characters, their choices, and the consequences they face. The juxtaposition of the new and old, of legacy and innovation, adds layers to the story, making it feel both fresh and deeply connected to the universe fans have come to love. Every interaction, every decision, and every confrontation feels meaningful, charged with tension, and weighted by the shadows of what came before. Finally, what makes this section of the trailer so gripping is how it blends action, suspense, and emotional stakes seamlessly. You see glimpses of high-intensity operations, tactical maneuvers, and confrontations that promise adrenaline-filled sequences, but these are always grounded in Casey's personal stakes. The danger isn't abstract. It's tied directly to the people he loves, the legacy he carries, and the void left by Monica's absence. The suspense builds not just because of the action, but because the audience understands the human cost behind it. Each firefight, each chase, and each tactical decision carries emotional resonance, reminding viewers that Marshals isn't just about survival. It's about how a man who has lost everything continues to fight for justice, family, and the fragile hope of redemption in a world that shows no mercy. And with each beat of the trailer, the suspense only deepens, pulling viewers into a narrative that promises heartbreak, adrenaline, and a journey that's as emotionally charged as it is action-packed. As the trailer reaches its final beats, the suspense reaches a fever pitch, leaving fans both exhilarated and heartbroken. Monica's absence isn't just felt, it dominates the emotional landscape, shaping every choice Casey makes and every interaction he has with his team. It's clear that her disappearance, rumored to be sudden and violent, is the catalyst for the series' events, driving Casey into a life of federal service, danger, and unrelenting moral complexity. And yet, the trailer doesn't give us all the answers. We're left to grapple with questions that gnaw at the edges of the story. Did Monica have a hidden connection with the cartel? Was her death truly random, or part of a larger conspiracy that Casey will uncover piece by piece? These unanswered questions are precisely what make the series so compelling. The suspense isn't manufactured. It's lived and breathed by the characters, particularly Casey, whose every decision is shadowed by grief, anger, and the relentless pursuit of justice. The trailer makes it clear, nothing in Montana comes easy, and nothing in Casey's life will ever be simple again. The interplay between action and emotion is masterfully balanced. We see flashes of Casey leading his elite team through high-risk operations, moving with precision and intensity that only a combination of Navy SEAL training and cowboy instincts could produce. Yet, these sequences are never hollow. Each tactical maneuver, each high-stakes confrontation is layered with the weight of personal loss, the stakes of protecting Tate, and the ever-present shadow of Monica. The trailer hints that every victory will come at a cost, and every failure will cut deep, emotionally and morally. This makes every sequence more than just thrilling, it makes it gut-wrenching. Fans aren't just watching action unfold, they are feeling the tension, the fear, and the heartbreak alongside Casey. The series promises not only edge-of-your-seat excitement, but also a raw exploration of grief, responsibility, and what it truly means to survive in a world that never stops testing you.